Well, great. It's another video that I didn't want to make, but you know what? I guess I'm going to get dragged back into this shit after all. There's a problem with creeping political correctness in the manosphere, and in the men's rights movement specifically. In fact, it's infested with politically correct thinking. Now, I know there's a lot of left-wing people and progressive people out there that are going to take issue with this, and honestly, go fuck yourself. I don't care. You're evil fucking people, all of you. Every last one of you are either actively trying to fuck up the society around you or actively trying to cover for those that are. All of you can fuck off, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that isn't because you have leftist views. I have leftist views. I'm from a province where Medicare it was the birthplace of Medicare in Canada. The very city where Medicare, publicly funded healthcare, was brought into Canada. It is something that I grew up with my entire life, and it's something that even horrifies me to think about, that I can't, just walk into a hospital and say, my arm's broken, have them fix it, and then I go home. No bill. Okay? That's about as socialist as an American can conceive of without thinking communist. And these people are so fucking hard left, I look like a conservative freak compared to them. Now, ordinarily this wouldn't be an issue because it takes all kinds, as we all know, and Manosphere, the men's movement, up until recently and in most areas except for a couple, have been basically places for free thinkers to say what they believe, defend their beliefs, and either have them destroyed or adopted. The two most influential places in the men's rights movement specifically, not the manosphere, the men's rights movement specifically, the two places that are the largest congregation points for those people are the subreddit, Men's Rights, and A Voice for Men. Both of which are absolutely fucking crawling with social justice warriors. Driver Suze, the mod over at AVFM, has the heaviest banhammer I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and it is always used in the service of political correctness. I don't give a fuck if it's because you're afraid of ideological opponents cherry picking your comments and then twisting it, or if you just want to make sure everybody has the same views. I don't give a shit. Either way, it's evil as fuck, it's stupid, it should never have been put into place, and it is the biggest mistake Paul Elam has ever made, was putting her in charge of that fucking... Whoa. Anyway. These are not commands, obviously, but I've been around a long time, guys, and I've seen a lot of shit happen, and I know the arguments that were made when we made the decisions we did, right from naming the goddamn movement to how we were going to adopt positions and what the positions were going to be. Every fucking one of those things that we decided on had been corrupted, twisted, misused, abused, and co-opted by the fuckers that are in power in the men's movement right now. I'm going to use a little example. I was in an online discussion, and I won't talk about which, where I actually got a chance to finally talk to Dean Esmay after he pulled his shit with Roosh V. And I was calm, and I asked him, I said, why did you organize a campaign to solicit false rape accusations against a man on the internet? He said that Roosh was a rapist, and I was a piece of shit for thinking otherwise. And then I asked him, would that be a rapist by the very same fucking laws that every one of us views as unjust, cracko crazy? Would those be the same fucking laws, Dean Esmay, that you have been fighting against for as long as you've been part of the manosphere, that you want to then use to wrap your ideological enemies in and fucking tar and feather them? That is disgusting behavior. And Paul fucking Elam and A Voice for Men supported that. And when I brought up my fucking reservations about this fucking asshole, and I'm serious, Dean Esmay, you're a social justice warrior, and you're an asshole. This fucking asshole called me a rape apologist and then storms out of the fucking room. Virtually, obviously. It's a chat room. And this is the fucking guy you look up to? This is the man that is going to guide you towards a better future? Really? The fuck? Take a look at the men's rights subreddit. Take a look. Take a good, hard look. By the way, I'm 90% sure Dean Esmay is one of the mods at there. Take a good, hard look at what they mod. Take a look at what they allow and what they don't allow. Figure out just what kind of filter they might be using, maybe. Do you think they're maybe using a filter? Because, I mean, you'll see a post, for example, of somebody who's mocking people who believe in God or people who are capitalists. And then the very next post, you'll see a guy saying something defending it. And then right after that is a mod saying, we don't talk religion or politics in men's rights. How many posts do you think you don't even see on men's rights because they mod it out of existence before you get a chance? Personally, I don't really post to that Reddit very often. I comment or whatever, but every once in a while I get the bug and I want to put up a couple of posts to kind of bring about some conversation on topics, for example, that are being covered up by a cabal of mods who share identical political beliefs. And I don't know, maybe they might be censoring people that counter those beliefs. And maybe you might not even know it. Feminists have a word for it. It's called no platforming. The men's rights mods have another word for it. It's called relevant. It's the exact same shit. There's a lot of people on the men's rights subreddit that actively support, for example, getting rid of right-wing people or attacking Christians, because what would the people think if they thought that the men's rights movement was a Christian right-wing movement? We would look bad. This is the argument being presented. How is that not a pure manifestation of a mind absolutely infested with social justice warrior thinking and political correctness? How is that not? And that is the default view of damn near everybody that is up on the top of the men's rights movement now. I could read all sorts of little exchanges between myself and mods who have been snarky with me and saying, ha ha ha, I'm a conservative, and blah blah blah. They don't give a fuck what I have to say. They're still taking shit off. I think it's really important for a lot of MRAs to understand that you are being manipulated. You have been manipulated. The people that are running that fucking site, that Reddit, are no platforming their ideological opponents. Not even people that disagree with men's rights, just people that disagree with progressive leftism or politically correct tropes. Now, it's real important for everybody out there to listen and understand that it is really a massive problem to have the gatekeepers of our information, because they are, selectively decide what you are allowed or not allowed to see or read. I don't know if Paul Elam does it, but I definitely know Driver Suze does. And I am sorry, I have no choice but to assume that every single person on the men's rights subreddit mod team is in agreement with the strategy that they are pulling right now. And unfortunately, that means Allison Tiemann and by extension Honey Badger Radio, you are tarred with the same brush. I cannot trust you anymore. I have to assume that you are in league with these people who are doing everything they can to turn men's rights into feminism for men. I won't put up with it anymore. I'm not going to put up with it. I will do everything that I can to get as many people together to fight this shit as I can. But I will tell you this. The battle lines are drawn and nobody crosses it back to my side. Or our side, or whatever side I end up being on. Choose. That's all I gotta say.